Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Discriminating Gamer and another unboxing video. Today we're going to look at Warhammer Age of Sigmar. This is the beginner set, and this is by Warhammer. Now this is for ages 12 up, 30 to 60 minutes, and 1 to 2 players. Now, I've never actually played Warhammer the tabletop game, believe it or not. Just never played tabletop games, but I've always kind of wanted to, and I've been interested in it. I always knew it was a couple players, you got to buy a lot of miniatures, everything else, but I didn't really have any other friends that played it. But the fact that this plays solo, I can actually now learn how to play this game. I can play it solo, I can play by myself, and if it's something I want to get into, I can definitely get into it. So I'm actually really excited to see just actually what's in this box. How's it gonna play solo? And you know, I can't compare it to anything else because to the originals because, well, I never played the originals. But the nice thing is the skill level in this one is going to be a 1. So this looks like it's going to be very basic introduction to the game. I've seen where they've done that before. They take some of their bigger complex games and they kind of really scale them down, give you a basic set of rules. So you kind of learn how to play. And then if you want more, well, just get into the bigger one. So in the main set, and then you get all the rules that you want. So let's open this up and let's see what you're going to get if you buy this beginner set. Now, if you're like me and you've always kind of been interested in it, this may be the way to go. Okay, so when we open up, first thing we're going to do is we're going to see an upside down rulebook. Let's get that flipped around. Now, the rulebook on this guy is going to be about 31 pages, but I know it's not going to be all rules because I know if it's anything like the other stuff, the back of this book is going to be how to put miniatures together and stuff like that as well. So, because yeah, play is going to be like 16 through 28. Looks like we're going to build up early and we're going to have a story. So we'll probably skip the story. Okay. All right. So here's your how to build all your miniatures that you're going to get. And it looks like we're going to get a few pages. We've got, ooh, the clan rats. Okay. All right. And the Stormcast Eternals is going to be the story that you're going to get. Hammers of Sigmar, Tips of the Spear. Got some the Skaven. All right. So yeah, so it looks like we might get a little history then, not necessarily a story. I wasn't really sure what we were going to get inside this thing. A game like no other, so it looks like we're going to start getting into it. Got your Clan Rats, got your Liberator. Okay. Yeah, your Stormcast turn, your Skaven turn. I've played some of these other box games, and I mean, and they definitely taught you how to play the game. They were on the basic level, but I'll tell you what, I mean, I still had a lot of fun playing them, and I really got an understanding for the game, which was the cool thing. And that was the main thing for me is, did this box teach me enough about the game to where I want to try to invest in a little bit more? Do I want a little bit more? Sometimes they're a little easier than the main game. Sometimes they seem like really unbalanced even, but you know, it gives you an idea of what you're getting into. And that's the cool thing. Different challenge modes you can add to the game. All right, building and painting. So if you want to know what they're going to look like painted, there you go. Okay, and that's going to be your rule book. So the board is going to be a paper map. Okay, it's a little thicker than some of the standard paper. So let's move some stuff off to the side and let's see if we can actually get this on the table so you can see it. I don't know if it's single or double-sided. Yeah, it's actually gonna be double-sided. So we're not gonna be able to get this all on my camera, but we're gonna get an idea. I'll shift it around a little bit so you can kind of get an idea and see what it's gonna look like. So we definitely got your main center. Okay, it looks like it's equidistant on both sides, just kind of a reverse. Okay, and then if we flip it over, we're kind of gonna kind of get the same thing. So we got this right in the center. All right, and then every one of the corners is gonna have its own, I don't know if those are spawn points. I have no idea what they are. I don't know the game, but the map looks really good. The artwork is great, it's fantastic. All right, and there's your map. All right, let's get this back over and see what we got. All right, so we're going to have sprues, and the nice thing is I do like how they color code them, so that way you know which one's which. All right, so you don't have to look for pieces in this one and the pieces in the other one and figure out. They do a really good job of keeping them together. So this will be looks like our Skavens, or Clan Rats, I guess, if they're calling them. Okay, they look really good, and I've built some of these. They're definitely a lot easier than the old glue ones. They do push together. I mean, you still do got to, let's move that off to the side. You still got to clip them out, and it does take time to do it. But the fact that they punch together really easy, and they actually hold together. I haven't had that much of a problem. I've got a few games, my Blitz Bowl and stuff like that I put together that hold up really well. So Yeah, those are actually just fine. All right, so we're going to get a couple bases. All right, and they're actually pretty good sized bases. Okay, definitely bigger than your 1-inch ones, it looks like. Okay, so there you go. You're going to have about 5 of those. And inside of a little Ziploc bag, I'll get a Ziploc bag out for the other ones for now, but once you put everything in, you won't have to worry about it. You're going to get a bunch of little smaller bases. Okay, but the cool thing is, if you look at this, at the bottom of this box, you're going to see little notches all the way around. Here's 2, 3, 4. There's 5 big ones and all these little ones. So the nice thing is once you build all these, you're going to be able to take all the figures and you're going to be able to put them in there, and they're just going to be hanging out in here, which is super cool. So that way it's protecting them. If you do paint them, then you're good to go. All right, and you're going to get your ruler. Got your distance ruler that's see-through and kind of really hard here. You probably saw it better when it was down on the table. I don't know. Okay, it's really shiny, so there is definitely some glare there. That'll actually have to fit up top because in an angle, because it really doesn't fit inside the box very well. Okay, and inside here you are going to get, okay, just make sure, empty. Yep, it's empty. You're just going to get 6 little tiny dice. All right, and these are the standard size dice that you always see for all the Games Workshop games. A lot of us have tons of these dice all over the place, but they feel good. I don't have a problem with them at all. They're really nice. You know what? Let's actually take those. I'm not worried about the bases. Once I put all this together, the base is going to be covered, so we're just going to throw those inside of there. All right, and that looks like that's everything we're actually going to get inside this game. So let's put those in the bottom for now. Let's go ahead and take this guy. I don't want him to bend or anything like that, so we'll find a place on top for him. I don't know exactly where he was in there. This was down here. This kind of sat up on top for now. We'll put the rule book right there. Or I mean the map right there. We'll put him right there, which makes me happier because he's flat. Okay, so there's definitely looks like there's going to be some space inside that for everything. And we'll get the lid on top, and there you go. All right, everything's going to be nice and protected. There's places for everything once you get it built and once you get it put together. But there you go. That is Warhammer Age of Sigmar, the beginner set by Warhammer. If Warhammer's something you want to get into, this may teach you how to play the game, kind of give you a better idea, and then you can go get the main book and advance yourself from there. So I hope this was helpful seeing what's inside this box. Leave any comments that you have down below. And as always, thank you for watching.
Yeah, he's what I call ultimate friend zone.